Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the family. I am honored to have you here. If you are returning, welcome back. I have missed you. So I'm actually reaching because I'm gonna grab some cards here. You know what? I'm going to pull a specific card. I want to talk a little bit about, a couple of things with you guys. This is an impromptu message, but my collaboration with Eliza came out this morning, and there's a couple of comments on there, and you won't be able to find them because I have removed them. And that's part of what I want to talk to you guys about. I am an empath. I feel deeply. I care deeply for what I do. It comes from my heart and it comes from my soul. But I think that there are a lot of people out there who mistake empathy and compassion for others. Do you want to go outside? For others and for oneself as a weakness. As though if I'm just this kind person, I'm just a pushover. That you can say what you want to say to me. You can trigger me. You can hurt my feelings. And for my friend who may be watching this is not about your email. This is genuinely about these comments, but it's also about a pattern. The chain of events, a pattern in my life that I have worked my ass off to break. Do not ever mistake my kindness, my generosity, my compassion, and my empathy for weakness. You come after my daughter, and I will cut you and your energy off from any readings that I do, from anything that I do, and you will be asked nicely by your guides from my guides to find a different reader. I don't mess with this energy. I do not mess with somebody who cannot get themselves out of here to get into here and thinks that they need to promote negativity. You want to be at the table here. And I realize like this way of coming forward could likely piss off a lot of my viewership and I could lose a bunch of subscribers, but I could probably gain twice as many as I lose for all those people who have gone through exactly what I go through, exactly what my daughter goes through. We share our gifts and you think that you have the right to judge, to push your negativity. Do you realize that your words are spells? Your words are energy. Your words, your negativity is toxicity that you spout and put off at a 14-year-old? Are you proud of yourself for that? Yeah, I am. I am 100% being judgmental right now. I have the right to be. I'm a protective mother. If you don't know what it's like to be a protective mother, if you're not a mom, if you're not a dad, if you don't have children, this is what Mama Bear looks like. But this is spiritual Mama Bear. You guys do not know who my main guides are. You do not know who my head deities are. I do not share that level of personal knowledge because we have a close, deep relationship with each other. And if you want to know how that developed, go and watch Eliza's portion of the reading. Go watch pile 3, where she accidentally says pile 2, and then watch pile 2. And you'll see the progression of the past 7 years of my life and how I had to come to spirit, come to prayer, come to understand that my guides are here to help me. They are not here to hinder me. I had to learn my guides. I had to grow a relationship with them. And I do that every single day. So when spirit asks me to come here and do shit like this, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me know that I'm putting a lot at risk here, in my opinion, because I love my channel. I love my viewers. I love my subscribers. I do genuinely love you guys. I love you guys so much, but it is not a love that comes above or beyond my family. I had friends in the past I had friends in the past who literally sucked me away. I had a friend who decided that she was going to push and push and push on Eliza, saying, oh, we had this past life. I was her mom in this past life. I feel such a kinship to her. And Eliza came to me and said, Mom, that makes me feel sick. It doesn't feel right to me. It feels sick. It makes me nauseous, physically ill, physically sick is how she felt. I understand that I have beautiful gifts. I understand that I come here freely. I come here freely. I do not ask anything of you guys. I say if it resonates, here's steps that you can do to support me for what I give out. For what I gift to the collective. I say these are ways that you can support me and have an equal energy exchange, but I do not ask it of you. I do not require it of you. And to the person who commented, who I have the feeling is going to watch this, when you talk about sovereignty, that's true sovereignty. Sovereignty is not attacking a child. Sovereignty is understanding that you are allowed to have your emotions. And if you come to a reading and you disagree with the message, walk away. It's likely not for you, or you can't handle the message at the time. Now, I have had psychic attacks come at me continually over the past 2-3 weeks. Continually. They last maybe 10 seconds. So stop trying. This is me stepping up into my boldness and saying, I have guides that will give me the waves so I know it's time to cleanse if I get too ingrained in trying to help the collective. And that to me is one of the worst things. I watched a video from Aso Tarot where she was doing a reading and she had to stop in the beginning of the reading because she went and puked and had to come back days later because she was psychically attacked. She taught me how to see the signs. And so when I would randomly get hit with some stomach illness, I knew what it was and I handled it immediately. So first of all, Aso, you have literally changed my life with that moment that you had to endure. So please know that that pain and that anguish, that was not for nothing. You changed my life. You have helped me. You have helped my family. My husband is reading energy now. My daughter reads energy. My sons read energy. I read energy. And my dogs and cats are 100% attuned to energy. We know when there is something in our house. We know when someone sends some sort of negative energy. Just because you want to be a part of the inner circle in my life does not mean that you have the right to attack me, my children, or my family. When you attack another, all you're doing is spreading your pain around, and hurt people hurt people. And how do I know that? Because I used to be a hurt person who hurt people. Do not mistake an empath's love, compassion, empathy, guidance, giving nature for weakness, for this is our strength. This is our strength. When you realize that our strength comes from all the people who thought we were weak, all the people who took our kindness and thought, it doesn't matter, they're just going to try and appease me. No, I fucking won't. No, I fucking won't. And none of you should either. If you were an empath, if you were a giver, if you were a caregiver, if you were a healer, if you were a psychic, if you were a medium, if you were a channel for spirit right now, and I can feel it so strongly throughout my entire being, spirit is saying, come to me, I will protect you. Come to me and trust me. Come to your guides. We will protect you. We will give you waves. You will learn how it looks. You will learn how it feels. And then you will learn your protection methods, what works, what doesn't work, how to do it rapidly. Because we want our lights protected from other people who cannot handle their darkness. Spirit will be there every step of the way. You have to let spirit in. We are empaths. This world is filled with sadness. It's filled with trauma and chaos and pain and anguish and people who are sleeping and confused. They're sleeping and they're confused. They're not inherently evil. It's the conscious beings who know better, who could do better, and who send out toxicity, manipulation, lies, evil. You know, I sit here and I talk about a lot of readers. I want you guys to go and look at Tarot with Tay for a minute. Go look at Tarot with Tay. Her dad literally just fucking died. She just died. She had her dad most of her life. My dad died when I was 10, and it has still been one of the hardest struggles of my life to deal with because I didn't know. I didn't know how to heal it. She is being such a beautiful, shining example of how to verbalize grief, to move through grief, and to use spirit to heal that loss, to forge the connection. As soon as the life transitions, to forge that connection and to really use that to continue moving forward. She talks about YouTube hiding her videos, and she talks about, you know, she actually demands, and I fucking love her for it. I love her for it because to me, it feels like audacity if I were to do that, but that's because I've been attacked in the past. And my daughter got attacked today because someone saw one of her messages as threatening. And I'm sorry, but I watched that message. It was so gentle. It was so beautiful. It was, every word was, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try that. It's a freaking message about your shadow. Open your eyes, please. And welcome to my shadow. Welcome to my dark feminine energy. This is the other side of me I tend to not show, but I will in certain circumstances. I will when it calls for it, and I will if spirit calls me to. And why would spirit call me to show this side of myself? This is my warrior energy. This is my fighter energy. This is not my soft, receptive energy. Let me help you energy. This is my, you fuck with me, there are repercussions. Because if I fucked with you, I would expect karmic repercussions too. It's about responsibility, consciousness, awareness, and an open heart. You cannot have these things. You cannot have these things and sit there and attack people. It's not right. And for those of you that just thought, well, isn't she sitting here doing exactly what she's saying? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm calling a truth out. I'm calling a justice out. I'm calling an injustice moment out. It's about perception, my darling. And you can project all you want onto me, but I don't accept other people's projections. I just don't. I don't do it anymore. So if you want to project something onto me, remember that I know my protection methods, and I know that I act as a mirror, and I know that mirrors will bounce back and reflect. Have you ever shown a light on a mirror? That mirror will reflect that light back at you. It is no different than the darkness. The mirror doesn't absorb the darkness. It shows you what it looks like. A sucking hole of nothingness. Toxicity, negativity, anger, rage, judgment. If you want to put those out there, put them out there somewhere else because it's not welcome in my channel. If you want to elevate, if you want to open your eyes, if you want to come into a greater awareness, if you want to heal, that's what my channel is for. Healing looks like having to come face to face with your shadow, just like this, just like that reading that we did. It means coming face to face with what needs to die away in your life. And somebody is going to tell you as a reader, and if you reject it, good for you. Good for you, but don't keep your negativity fluctuating my way. There are certain comments that I'll delete immediately. There's comments that I delete because, and some of them are even positive, but when I feel them, I feel drained. I feel tired. If I feel that way, it's because the energy behind the comment was negative. If you come here and try and attack my community, and that's happened before too. I've had someone come watch a reading and then attack the people that the reading was for. Not attack me, but attack the people the reading was for. That doesn't fly either. Because when you're in my community, if you are, no, just when you're in my community and you make yourself known, I do not allow anyone to attack the people that I love. I don't. So if you come to my channel and you spout your negativity, I will remove you and I will cleanse. And the cleanse will go out into the collective of my subscribers. It doesn't take me more than 5 minutes. Thank you very much. And that's not bravado. That's years of training. Now, because this has been, we've got the card Blood Angel on the back. Blood Angel, guys. Because this has been so heavy, we all need a little bit more light. We all need a little bit more love. So I'm going to call upon Rumi. Rumi and this Rumi Oracle, they were the first cards that my brother pulled for me. And he called me and he said, I did this reading for you. And look, we've got Divine Mother Manifests. I love that. I love that because that is exactly how I feel right now. He pulled, and I gotta pull the book out to show you guys what it looks like. I think it's called, The Inner Dervish. He pulled this for me. And he called me and he read me the positions and the cards and the messages. And this was before I had this oracle deck. And I remember it so vividly. I remember the card, the Cloak of Christ. I remember the card, You Who Show the Way. I remember the card, Sacred Union. I remember the card, The Victory of Miriam. I remember the cards. I remember the messages. I remember the power. I remember the potency. I remember the emotions. And because of that, Rumi has always been in my blood. And I just recently went to the library, and the very first book that I was drawn to was The Essential Rumi. He wants to talk, so I'm going to let him speak here because I think we could all use a little bit more. And you know, when it comes to Rumi, in his life, he had a best friend. And all the people were so jealous of his best friend, of how he would interact with him and talk with him. They were so jealous. They said, you're ignoring us. You're not loving us. And so his best friend left, and he was left feeling a void. I love you guys. I love you guys tremendously. But I've had friends who have pulled me away from my family, knowing that I'm a light worker, pulling on that light worker, pulling on that empathy. And that's how I had to develop this inner strength. That's how I had to get to know my shadow, because they came in and my kids came to me and said, Mom, we miss you. You're always busy with them. They don't make us feel good. They don't make you feel good, because I was constantly sick. We make sacrifices in our lives, but sometimes it's not meant to be a sacrifice. Sometimes it's meant to be a foundational point of strength. We have 3 cards, and on the back we have the Angel Razbar. So card 9, the impossible made possible. 9. These cards have so much to them, so we're going to go over it. If you don't want to listen, by all means, thank you for going through the massive amount of me having to call some people out and explain what it's like to be a mom in a spiritual life and protect yourself in a spiritual life. I appreciate it. But the impossible made possible. It says, love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. And as you can see here, there is the earth, and it is shining on this center. It's almost as though the earth is shining on the sun instead of the sun shining on the earth. And that's impossible, right? But no, it's not. Here's the thing. For all of you empaths who are like, I can't be this strong. I can't do that. I can't stand up and do this. Absolutely, you can. Anything that you take yourself or anything you tell yourself that is impossible, Spirit is coming forth and saying that that's not the case. All impossibilities are possible. Everything is possible. We have to believe in that possibility, in the truth of that possibility, any and every possibility in life. We may have been raised by parents who say things like, you can't do that, get real, money doesn't grow on trees, you got to get a real job, whatever. And those things put chips on your shoulders. And you know they do because you can hear mine. Of course I had a chip on my shoulder. I had a chip of fear. I had a chip of duty, a chip of honor. But in my heart, I had integrity and creativity. And that's why I do what I do. But for me, believing in it being possible to be psychically attacked, what if it was impossible? What if you could make the possible impossible? What if you could make all of the people who sit and use and abuse and manipulate and lie nothing more or less than forced to find the true reflection of themselves because you won't give to them anymore? That's what I chose to do in my life. I do not have a problem with ghosting someone. I do not have a problem with blocking people from my phone. I do not have a problem with blocking emails. I do not have a problem blocking people on my channel. I do not have a problem with that because I am at a point in my journey where what I am doing here matters more than what your negativity is. It is not impossible to stand up for yourself. It is not impossible to do what is right for yourself. It is not impossible to be a strong, whole empath in this world. It is not impossible. It is not impossible to miss the red flags. Everything in that realm is possible because Spirit gives us the brush and says, let me show you what you can create. Let me show you what we can create together. Let me show you. And then we've got the card 23, which is like my third favorite number. And it reduces to a 5, which is all about change and adventure and chaos and creativity. And I love it. I love it. I love it. And I used to hate it. I used to hate seeing 5s because I was like, oh my gosh, damn it. Until I realized that the 5 is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher. And the spiritual teacher has to go through the Fool and the High Priestess and the Magician and the Empress and the Emperor. So the Hierophant sits there and knows about the balance of the higher realms and the lower realms, knows about the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, knows about taking a leap with no foundation and about sitting firm in a foundation and building from it. That's what the Hierophant knows. And I love the Hierophant. And as I started my spiritual journey, I was working with the Hermetic Tarot first. It was my first ever tarot deck in adulthood. And I remember looking at that Hierophant card, and it was like the scribe of the stars, the scribe of the heavens, the scribe of the spiritual, the scribe of the esoteric, of the Akashic records. And if my face turns bright red, guys, I'm on steroids. Because I can feel the heat. I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels great. But I looked at that card on Samhain in 2020, and I said, that's what I want. That's who I want to be. I want to be a scribe for the stars. I want to be a scribe for the heavens, a scribe for the cosmos, a scribe for the spiritual. I didn't realize that I was asking Spirit to lead me on a path to right here. But that's what I was doing. And that was because it was such an innate part of my soul that was coming out on a day where the veil was so thin that my higher self was finally like, hell yeah, I can break down the barrier. I love my higher self. She's a smart ass, just like me. But she's also made of love, made of light, made of wisdom. She's an incredibly old soul. And she, or he, well, I associate she just because I identify as a she in this life, but I do understand that all of our higher selves are androgynous. But there's so much love there. The star mother Arrakis says, be the king who has made his own kingdom. I swear to God, guys, I didn't know. Be the moon that has made her own summit. How much longer will you coo like a pigeon? Empty your head of all moral lusts and become life without breath. You will not call out for God anymore, for you have become immersed in God. This is what it means to come to spirit. It's talking 100% about the star mother Arrakis and how she dances with your soul and that inner planes. But it talks about being a star child, an earth angel, about embracing spirit, welcoming spirit. And you know what I do? I've talked about this in so many readings. My spiritual showers, where I call in all the elements, and I set the intention for the elements to do what they do. Fire for purification and reigniting the flame of passion in my life. Water for cleansing and hydration to help clear my emotional field. Air for uplifting and cleansing and clearing any confusion and any clouds and any lingering energies that are not mine, to return them to sender. Earth. And this happens every time I talk about earth energy because it's not natural to me, but I have developed such a loving, connected relationship with earth energy throughout my life that it's like coming back to an old friend. And so there's earth energy for protection, for nourishment, for love, for nurturing. Just like the roots of a tree, our ancestors and our ancestry were so connected to this earth. And she loves us so much. And that's all she wants us to know, is that we have a mutual love between us. And then I call in spirit and I welcome spirit into my entire being every day of my life, and sometimes multiple times a day. I welcome spirit in. Why? Because there was such a long duration of time in my life where I blocked spirit out and said, no, I can't do this. I don't believe in you. You don't believe in me. We don't have this relationship. And then I built it. We built it together. We co-created our relationship together. Next, we have the human gift. When you welcome spirit in, you change your life. The human gift says, oh heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved. Yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved. Yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved. Yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Such attraction is offered by the beloved with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you with so much doubt and suspicion. I freaking love Rumi, and I love this card because if you go back and you watch before, is that not what I was just talking about? Psychic attacks are exactly this. If there is someone who is spreading love, spreading spirit into this world, why are you attacking them? Why are you jealous of them? Why are you envious of them? Why are you doing these things? Why are you attacking? We are human. We have this blessing, this gift to share love, to be with spirit, and to share spirit in the world. So why would you attack that instead of partaking in it? What is better? Being miserable or being fulfilled? If you tell me that misery is what you prefer because misery loves company, so you want to spread it out, find someone else. Find somewhere else. My community, that's not what my community is up for. My community is here to heal, to grow, to change, to spread light, to be inspired, and to move through this world side by side, hand in hand with spirit. Do you bemoan your lack of faith? Do you berate yourself, blazing angel? Because you have moments where you cannot bring yourself to trust in love more than you trust in your fear. Do you lament and worry that you could or should be living in greater surrender, and yet When is light more precious than when it arises from darkness? When is trust more admirable than when it involves an uncertain yet bold leap of faith? My God, yes. O human angel, your path is perfection in the divine sense, not in some artificial absence of struggle, but in the wrestling of darkness and light that ignites the fire within your holy heart. So rise up now from your doubts and admonishments, and let your human self be loved. Even for all the doubt, you are still a cherished one of the great beloved and always shall be. I will cut you off from my channel when you throw this shit at me, but it does not mean that Spirit doesn't love you and won't lead you somewhere where you will find something of yourself. I will give you pieces. I will give you clarity, things that you already know. If you choose a pile and you don't like the message, think about why you don't like the message and not about the reader. It's not about me. It's not about Eliza. It's not about Cooper. It's not about the collaborations that I do with other readers. It's never been about us. It's always about you. When we bring our personal lives into it and our personal stories into it, it's because we are trying to help you see that you're not alone. I've said this before. Stop spouting negativity and start embracing the light that you have within. Find it within the darkness that you are holding on to so tightly, because the darkness is not there for us to cling to. It is there for us to learn, to grow, to integrate, to understand and to hold the dualities and the polarities of both. I literally talk about this in Mars Retrograde Guidebook because Mars is moving through Gemini, and Gemini is about duality. It's about polarity. It's about holding all of these pieces. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. You are or soon will be seeking with greater clarity and insight a situation that has been obscured to you in the past. You may be startled by what you perceive, so much so that you second guess yourself or chalk it up to wild imagination on your part. You are asked to trust in your perceptions that when they come from the heart, although what you perceive may be darkness, there will be no judgment in it. So what is truthfully there? Be in the compassionate nature of your heart, and you shall also be shown the most graceful way to become clear and free of darkness, either within yourself, within others, or within the world around you. I do a lot of shadow work, and I know that I come out being very judgmental or being very opinionated, and it depends on the perception of the person, whether I am one way or the other. When you attack my family, absolutely. Absolutely, I have strong opinions, outspoken beliefs about that. You perceive it as judgments. I do not. I perceive it as my strength. Your perceptions are not my perceptions. My perceptions are not your perceptions. Your darkness is yours. It does not belong to me, and I will not carry it for you. My darkness belongs to me, and I would never ask anyone to carry it for them because shit. Guys, I know my darkness well enough to know that she's an angry bitch at times. And that's okay. Because she's an angry bitch who didn't get love. She's an angry bitch who was used. She's an angry bitch who does nothing more or less than want to freedom fight all the time. And I have had to teach her temperance. I've had to teach her patience. I have had to teach her what it's like to be softer. All of what you see on this channel is not weakness. It is strength, and it is strength because I have had to teach it to myself to be thus. What you teach yourself moves mountains. But if you teach yourself hatred, toxicity, negativity, and as though you, because you have a keyboard, have the right to attack another, you're teaching yourself that you don't care about who you are to the world. It's only what the world can do for you, and we are not here to serve you. We are here to serve the divine. This final card, the Angel Rasbar. This is something that I just heard you're not seeing, but you need to see. Thank you. The Angel Rasbar. Tell me the truth, I asked love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring joy of living. Thank you, Rumi, for that. The master speaks of a den of riches where many precious jewels can be found. In abundance they lie, patient and yet ready to be claimed. Go scoop them up, urges the master. The devoted ones look but cannot see. Where are the precious jewels, they cry, for we cannot find them anywhere. The master gazes lovingly at the devoted ones and responds kindly. In service, my beloveds, you shall find the jewels through service, for what is the soul but the finest and most precious of heavenly jewels? What is service but the scooping up of the soul that does not lie lost nor unclaimed, but instead honored for all its precious worth and bounty, or worth and beauty, tended to until it becomes vibrant as a flawless ruby, radiating with the joy of living. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being guided deeper into your life purpose and divine destiny. Like a maturing... Sorry, guys. Have you ever had one of those moments where you read it and you realize, like, really, this is my life purpose? Like, I'm here to bitch about things, and that's my life purpose? But okay, Spirit, I hear you. Like a maturing adult who is ready to take on the mantle of greater responsibility, your soul is stepping up. You are going through a process of assuming more spiritual responsibility for the honest and empowered expression of your own essence. And through that, your healing presence in the world is increasing. I don't know how many people needed to hear this message today, but I know I sure did. You are stepping up and forward onto your path. This is appropriate now. It will make you more visible, but that is as it should be. It's not about being worth more than another. It's about the utterly sensible use of a light that is not dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others still in darkness may find their way more easily. I'm sorry, it's mentioning shade, and the post goes out. It literally goes out in like 3-4 days about what November is. And now I'm sitting here and I'm going, oh, you guys are going to know ahead of time if you watch this, because it's going to be No Shade November. No Shade November. Let me reread that. It is about the utterly sensible use of a light that is not dampened down by a shade, but instead be placed where it can cast its fullness so that others still in darkness may find their way more easily. This is saying that we are lighthouses. We shine a light, but we will not take shade. We shine a light, but you cannot put us down. We shine a light, but you cannot darken or dampen our light. You will not diminish people shining their light. Eliza was shining her light. I was shining my light. Cooper has shown his light on this channel. My children deserve a safe place just as much as each and every one of you. And if you do not give that to them, you are not welcome in my community. There are other lighthouses for you to dock your boat at. And I am sorry that that's the situation. I am. Because I genuinely want to be here for everybody, but I know that I am not built for everybody. Not everybody is built for me. You can come to the table as a light being and understand that you have darkness, and I will help you as I am called to in service of the divine. That's what I'm here for. It is about we don't need to reread that. This is efficient, intelligent, and sensible. Your success and growth is drenched in compassion and brings joy to the heart of the master as another and another find their way, benefiting from the light of your being. So shine true, be humble but not dismissive of your gifts. Allow others to find their way more easily because you choose to honor the power of the great silence that emanates through you evermore as you trust and surrender. This oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and indeed on the right path, although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, right? It will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world more than you consciously realize. You are asked, therefore, to continue. Do not give up. Do not turn back. Just continue. Take your steps. your journey and know that the great master is aware of you and is sending the holy ones, including that wise ancient mother, Angel Rasbar, to bring you the blessing of the true silence now. Let it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember that the peace that dwells within you, all is well. I came here to share a message. I came here to show you strength. I came here to set my boundaries, draw my line in the sand with you all, because that I feel is important for any channel, for every channel, because we can be inundated with people who just want to take from us. And I won't do that. I will not do that anymore. I will give as freely as I am called to, but I will give back to myself. I will share and teach both you and my children simultaneously. This is a safe space. It is not just a community, it is a home. When you are here and you are welcomed, you are part of that community, part of that family, and I take it very fucking seriously. I take my spiritual responsibility very fucking seriously. Saturn is very strong in my natal chart. I take it very seriously. I will protect those within my group, within my community, if anybody comes at them on my community and attacks them. But if you come onto my community and you attack me or my daughter, you will be removed. My empathy and my compassion starts at home, and then it spreads outward. Always. It is one of my callings in life. And unfortunately, this video is one of my callings in life because I love to just not put it out there. But when Spirit speaks, I listen. When Spirit speaks, I share. When Spirit calls me to share, I share. I do love you guys deeply. I appreciate all the love, all the support, all the willingness to embrace me and my children on this journey, because we both, me and my kids, have both suffered the same psychic trauma and psychic wounding from other people. I'm here to uplift and to inspire and to help you elevate yourself so that you can see the light that you have within. It does not involve taking away someone else's light to make yourself feel better because you didn't like something that you heard. Choose another pile. Scrap the reading. Use your discernment, but don't use your pain and your shadow to attack others. That doesn't help anybody. We all rise or we all fall, and when you behave that way, we all fall. We all fall. Okay, maybe I came here because I needed to make it clear that there is a clear-cut difference between boundaries, suggestions, advice, and there is a clear-cut difference between threatening. If you're telling the truth, it's not a threat. And I feel like somebody needed to hear that. I'm not threatening to remove you. I am telling you I will, because I have a boundary that you're crossing. I don't know if other readers do this, but shit, I'm going to. Absolutely. You know why I'm going to? Because I've had people try and take from me too much in the past, and I won't live that life anymore. And Spirit and Romy literally confirmed what this is. This is me moving further on my purpose, sharing this with you all so that we can all learn what it's like to embrace who we are, embrace our gifts, but be strong and firm in our boundaries. We are in Scorpio season. The sting and the reactivity, the reactive nature, that's meant to leave. I will set my boundaries because I do see a higher perspective. And instead of attacking you, I will call you out on it in a way that helps you learn and grow. I will tell you I am sorry I had to do this, because I am. I hate being that hard truth person. I hate this part of my spiritual gifts and my spiritual path. I do. It's caused more fights than not with my husband. And you know what he says at the end of every single one? He said, I know you hate this about yourself, but I needed to hear these. And that's why he's in my life. One of many reasons, but that is one of the biggest reasons why he's in my life. I love you guys. I'm not going to ask you to do the YouTubey things. You guys already know the drill. I just want to say thank you for sitting here for 45 minutes while I do one of my little mic drops pissed off moments and Collins or deal with what spirit called me to do and then call on spirit to help bring some clarity. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Mwah. I love you. Bye.